2013 season number 9 for the World Touring Car Championship. Let's take a chance to relive the base moments and see what the headlines brought. The first event of 2013 was at the Cathedral of Speed in Monza. The drama started in qualifying. Alexei Dudicalo braked too late, clattered into Lada teammate James Thompson. The impact so severe, neither Russian car was able to start the season in Italy. Heavy rain on race day. From pole, Yvan Muller took the lead. And it's just as well the Frenchman was out front. After a few laps, his wipers broke. Luckily, nobody was kicking up spray into his face. Eight laps in, Gabriele Tarquini making his debut in the factory Honda Civic, taking 4th place from Pepe Oriola's Seat as the Spaniard ran wide at Lesmo 2. Tarquini's teammate Tiago Montero drove the Honda Civic in the last 3 events of 2012. Here taking 5th from James Nash, having his first drive in a Bamboo Engineering Chevy Cruze. Impressive run round the outside of the Parabolica in the driving rain. But the first victory of 2013 goes to 3-time World Touring Car champion Yvan Muller. And Muller's new teammate at RML, Tom Chilton, came second, his first podium in World Touring Cars, with Bamboo's Alex McDowell third, local hero Gabriele Tarquini fourth on his Honda debut. In the second race, an impressive start would see Gabriele Tarquini lead from 5th to 2nd before getting on the brakes on the run down to the first chicane. Darrell Young in front, but behind, Oriola, Bart and Engsler struggled to get their cars stopped. A few hundred metres later on, Tarquini in front. Darrell Young's Royal Motorsport BMW unable to handle the Honda's pace in the streaming conditions. He started 10th on the reverse grid for race 2, but after only 4 laps, Yvan Muller passed Marc Basseng for 2nd position. Basseng, a newcomer in the All-Inkle team, brand new with their Seats. At the end of lap 4, it was all over for Gabriele Tarquini as well, as Yvan Muller steamed by. Honda Civic, a brand new machine. The Chevy Cruze clearly still the benchmark. 3 laps later, the Italian passed by Michel Nucca in the black and white Nika Racing Chevrolet for 2nd place. A perfect weekend for Yvan Muller, pole and 2 wins. Tarquini gives Honda a podium finish. Debutant Basseng less than a second behind him.
We know that we will catch up. When? Difficult to say. It's 1, 2, 3, 5 races, but we will catch up during the season. That's our goal for sure.
Yvan is the favorite of the championship. He's the car and the man to beat for the championship. If I must bet somebody, sure my money I put in Yvan. I am not sure that an Honda can fight with him for the titles. I hope so, but it's not 100% sure.
Rounds 3 and 4 of the championship are on the streets of Marrakech in Morocco. Tarquini starts from pole to take the lead, while behind, Stefano D'Aste, pushed by Frank Engsler and spins. Everybody just about avoids the Italian. 6 laps in, Montero crashes into the wall after mechanical failure. The car heavily wrecks. The Portuguese won't start race 2. Tarquini under pressure again from Michel Nukia, this time in the dry and for the lead. The Dane goes by. James Nash is right behind in the Bamboo Engineering Chevrolet. Ivan Muller takes fourth at the line, a few thousandths ahead of defending champion Rob Huff. It's a first win of the season for Michel Nukia from Tarquini and Nash. One lap into the second race and Pepe Oriola takes the lead from pole sitter Fernando Monche in another Seat. The Spanish mark 1-2-3 in the early going. At the end of the lap, Rob Huff tries the inside at the final corner. Monche closes the door and Huffy comes off worse with broken suspension. A golden opportunity for Ivan Muller. He moves from fourth to second after a tap from James Nash helps him through the gap. 8 laps in and the other Honda goes west. Tarquini loses control over the chicane. His car is wrecked. And the Bamboo Chevy behind doesn't fare too well either. McDowell is out. And that's 2 Hondas needing a lot of repair. The safety car deployed. And that offers a brief respite for Pepe Oriola, whose lead is under threat from, of course, Ivan Muller, with Tom Chilton and James Nash right behind. Finally, though, it's World Touring Car win number 1 for a jubilant Pepe Oriola and a tearful dad.
I didn't expect that victory so soon, but it feels really good, and now I feel that I want to win every race because that feeling is so good, and it's hard to explain how are your feelings in that moment.
I think almost a week after in my country there come a lot of people and say, hey, congratulations and all this, and I think, okay, maybe you have done some very big things.
Round 5 in Slovakia, Gabriele Tarquini starts from pole to take the lead from Thiago Monteiro and Norbert Michelisz. Honda's 1-2-3 at the Slovakiaring. Even championship leader Ivan Muller struggles. Another year spent behind Norbert Michelisz. As in 2012, the Chevrolet seemed vulnerable on the Slovak track. Tom Coronel in the BMW taking advantage. Grabs 5th position from Bamboo Engineering's James Nash. Meanwhile, the Hondas remain out front despite the best efforts of the Chevy driving Muller. He fades as it's a Honda 1-2-3, their first win and a podium clean sweep for the AS Honda team, and for Norby's bunch, it's time for joy and tears. As the lights go out for the second race, Michel Nukia doesn't get away. Fortunately, everybody avoids him on the wide pit straight. Pole sitter is Tom Coronel. He goes out wide to take the lead into turn 1. Tarquini's looking for a gap that he doesn't find, and biffs James Nash from behind, the Briton somehow hanging on to his Chevrolet at a massive angle of attack. 6 laps in. Defending champion Rob Huff and points leader Ivan Muller in the Chevy both dive by Pepe Oriola for second and third. Then Tarquini uses Muller's slipstream to move temporarily into third position. Great classic touring car action. 3 wide over the brow, the Italian with the inside line. But as the battle continues, finally Muller takes third place back. Huff still in second. But not for long. 3 laps later, the Seat's tyres have gone. Muller and Tarquini will take their turns to pass the Seat for second and third as he runs wide in turn 1. But it's all too late. There's to be no catching Tom Coronel. He grabs win number 1 of the season. In Marrakech, we had 2 first-time winners. In Slovakia, the old generation struck back.
Slovakiaring is very difficult track, and it's very easy to make small mistakes, cost you maybe 2 or 3 tenths.
Very technical, the infield, very difficult. I don't think
only very good driver can win in Bratislava.
6 races into the championship, Yvan Muller leads 120 points scored, 24 ahead of closest rival TARQUINI. Rounds 7 and 8 of the FIA World Touring Car Championship at the Hungaroring, just outside the capital Budapest. Poleman Yvan Muller takes the lead into the first corner. In the middle of the pack, Thiago Montero's hit from behind by Tom Coronel, triggering a massive accident. Pepe Oriola, Freddie Bart, Darrell Young and James Thompson all take avoiding action. Just about everybody amazingly emerges unscathed. Not so a lap later for Thiago. He picks up a puncture in the middle of the straight and goes straight into the turn 1 barriers. He's not having much luck in 2013. 5 laps into the race, Tom Coronel inside Tom Chilton at turn 13. Mehdi Benani right behind as the 2 in front run wide, takes advantage of the situation. 5 laps later, again with Coronel, this time trying to go around the outside of Rob Huff. It's a long way round, and as he gets run off wide, Benani pounces. He moves up into 5th position instead. Lots of exciting touring car racing, none of it surrounding Yvan Muller. He wins for the 3rd time in the season, closely pursued to the line by Norbert Michelisz, the hometown hero, with Gabriele Tarquini a distant 3rd. For local hero Norby, 2nd place brings the crowd to its feet. In the second race, Mehdi Benani, starting from pole, leaps into the lead at the first turn, but on the exit of turn 2, again there's trouble. It's a massive crash for Gabriele Tarquini, into the barriers and then spat out onto the track where Franz Engstler can't avoid him. For the Italian, a night in Budapest hospital and pain that will remind him of the shunt for several weeks. Five laps in, Rob Huff takes the lead from Benani into the first corner with a great move around the outside, showing his world champion's class. A lap later, in the orange and black, Norbert Michelisz takes 8th place from Stefano D'Aste, having to use the grass to complete the pass. At the chicane again, a lap later, Tom Coronel versus Tom Chilton. BMW driver comes out on top this time. Coronel has 6th as Norby starts to fade. Defending champion Rob Huff claims his first win of the season. A huge result in an old car with a brand new team. Benani 2nd, Alex McDowell top independent in 3rd. And delight for Mehdi Benani.
It's been an interesting year because it's not just a case of me learning the car, it's a case of me helping the team as well, giving them the experience that I've had with what I think has undoubtedly been the best team in the paddock for the last certainly 5 or 6 years. But I think the testament to that was the win in Budapest. The car was faultless, the car was brilliant.
The first victory was already on the winter, to make a program to be here on 2013, which was not easy in our situation. And then, okay, of course, we work, we do our car, we do our best to win a championship or to win some race.
Salzburg will be remembered for the qualifying that never really was. Where slipstream is king, nobody wanted to tow the rest of the pack around. So in Q2, they all slowed down and waited for somebody else to do it. And waited. And waited. In the end, a couple went, Coronel and Nash, but nobody managed to improve their lap times. The FIA handed out punishments to almost the entire field. And after that fast, the first race still proved pretty spectacular. Usual first corner carnage. Then, 3 laps in, Franz Engstler sandwiched between James Thompson's Lada and Alex McDowell's Chevrolet. After a gentle kiss from Tomo, the veteran German has to yield his place. Again, the fast run through turn 7. This time, McDowell moves up to 5th, past Freddie Bart. Lap 9, and it all goes wrong. A huge crash. Charles Eng and Franz Engstler, the teammates, are side by side. The German spins and is hit hard by Darrell Young, who can't avoid him. The cars are badly damaged. Fortunately, neither man is injured. After penalties, Ivan Muller had started 13th. Now he takes 3rd place from BMW Mehdi Benani into turn 8. Out front, the battle is epic. James Nash just cannot find the room to get by the black and white Chevy of Michel Nukia. At a track that saw a slew of punctures affect the previous year's result, Nukia holds on for win number 2 of the season. Nash desperately close behind. Muller completing a podium sweep for Chevrolet. Recovering from an indifferent start to race 2, James Nash takes the lead from Norbert Michelisz's Honda into turn 8. Two laps later, Michel Nukia and Ivan Muller both go by Gabriele Tarquini. The Italian's still suffering physically after his Budapest crash, and the Honda can't match the pace of the Chevys here in Austria. Lap 8, another Honda in Muller's sights. Thiago Monteiro loses 3rd as Ivan presses on. Lap 11, yet another Honda. This time it's Norbert Michelisz in the Zengo Motorsport car. He too has no answer to Muller's pace. Just James Nash remains out front, and he stays there to the flag to take his first ever World Touring Car Championship win. In Russia for the first time, the World Touring Car Championship at Moscow Raceway, and the drama starts early. Race 1, turn 1. Contact for the leaders, but the big shunt involves Freddie Bart, Charles Eng and the unlucky Darrell Young. He again is caught up in somebody else's incident. His car is wrecked too. Battling for the lead, Tom Coronel pressurises championship leader Ivan Muller. What's a tap between friends anyway? But the BMW can't exploit its tyre advantage. Ivan Muller claims win number 4, Coronel inches behind. In the second race, Mehdi Benani, starting from pole, leaps away while the battle rages behind him. Side by side into 3 and 4, Tarquini and Oriola make contact. And the Spaniard is eased out wide. He does well to hold on to the slide. James Thompson once again featuring in the Lada that had its season's best result in 4th place in race 1. Moscow's front straight is crucial for passing. This is the battle for 3rd. There's Thompson, then Tarquini, Coronel, Huff, and right behind Muller. And in the end, 5 into 1 doesn't go. Thompson and Coronel are off. And Muller and Huff both go through unscathed. 7 laps in, Michelisz attacking Mehdi Benani up the inside as the Moroccan makes a mistake, and through again goes the Dane to lead. 3 laps later, pressure from Ivan Muller proves too much. Benani can't hold him off and loses 2nd place too. Huff shoulders his way inside for 3rd. Benani resists and resists. 2 laps before the checker, Huff has the speed up the back straight. And a bold move around the outside that left him vulnerable to attack. In the end, sees Benani spinning off. For Michelisz, it's a remarkable 3rd race win, with Muller in 2nd and Huff completing the podium in 3rd. But in any incident, 2 drivers will have 2 different stories to tell. How will 5 make fair?
Was that Tom saw me 1 meter to the right and said, "Why this Italian can stay there? I want to move a little bit," but he didn't see James in the grass like this.
No, but also I saw him on my left, and then also Huffy. So I thought, oh, where I have to go?
Yeah, now it's our fault.
It was your fault.
We can recognize your style.
What did we do there? We made the best show ever.
But to be honest, when seeing the footage, I didn't actually know that you 2 guys were actually.
Well,
there.
we weren't even at the beginning of the straight. We weren't even really part of it. It was only because you 3 were side by side down the back straight. We got a pretty good slipstream.
But we knew we had not to be part of it because we knew that will happen.
For our side, what do? You don't lift off. You either outside. You knew that there was going to be chance just to.
I think you could trust the 2 drivers on the inside of you, James, didn't you? Really? I mean,
can I just say, would you trust them with your wallet? No. So why would you ever trust them on the racetrack?
Yeah, but I think I agree. The total fault is from the guy from inside.
Yeah.
Because they have 2 meters on the left. Yeah. Why you squash us to the right?
Yeah. Trying to muscle us out.
You want to fight him? You want to fight? You want to sit here?
Yeah, because before I was thinking that it was your fault, but it's not true. It's Ivan and Rob fault.
I love you too.
Yeah.
You know, Rob, as always, for Italian and Dutch, is never their fault.
Half a season down, it's playing very well for Ivan Muller, an impressive 113 points ahead of closest rival Tarquini. On the streets of Porto, championship leader Ivan Muller once again starts from pole. He leads the pack into the first corner, while behind him Gabriele Tarquini manages to take 4th from Norbert Michelisz after the Hungarian ran into Michelisz in front of him. Michelisz is out of sorts. A lap later, he's in the wall in the Honda. Street circuits don't seem to be very favourable for the Hondas in 2013. Norby out already. 6 laps later, Gabriele Tarquini is also on the sidelines. His car blows a turbo. Lots of work to do for the Yas Sport team. The safety car is out. Rescue vehicles being deployed to get rid of the stationary vehicles. Franz Engsler crashes into another truck after being pushed from behind. Freddie Marks spins right in front of them. Traffic problems as ever on the streets of Porto. As the halt and the lame make it to the pits, it's another win for Ivan Muller. Teammate Chilton behind in second, Nukia in third. Chevy sweeping the podium as they have done before in Porto. Three laps into the second race, Michel Nukia taking 4th place from James Thompson under braking for the final chicane. The Lada having another good run on the tight city circuit. Nukia is in fine form a lap later, and his victim is Mark Bassang in the all-Incal Seat. He loses a podium finish in third. Pole sitter James Nash is having a great run. He races away to win number 2 of the season. All-Incal Motorsports' Rob Huff in second ahead of Michel Nukia. Bassang in the end pushed down to 5th.
But when you've got somebody like Rob Huff, world champion, behind you, they find gaps and they make holes. And his race pace in race 1 was very quick. I was a bit wary of that. Mine wasn't as quick as his, so I knew I had a lot to do and a lot of work to keep in front. The first 3 laps we started pulling away, and that settled me down, and I got into a comfortable rhythm and routine. There's very few people that have raced a World Touring car. There's very few people that have raced in a World Championship and any of the tracks that we go to. So to have come away with now 2 race wins this year, it means a lot to me.
From his 6th pole of the season, Ivan Muller leads the field into the first corner of the first ever World Touring Car Championship race in Argentina at Termas del Rio Hondo. Behind him is teammate Tom Chilton, who started second, but he's already been passed by Michelisz, Tarquini and Oriola. Oriola's in a brand new car, a blue Chevy, to add to the ranks. 4 laps in, and Chilton is going to find his way back past Pepe. There's plenty for the crowd to enjoy, and someone for them to cheer as well. Local hero and multiple Argentine touring car champion Jose Maria Lopez. He's getting to grips with his Vika Sport BMW, the first time he's ever driven a 1.6 turbo touring car or world touring car. He passes Nash for 6th, 8 laps in. Chilton and Oriola battling neck and neck. The Briton takes second away from the Spaniard, who then takes it right back. Chilton is not giving up. Lopez, in his first touring car race, passes championship contender Michel Nukia's Chevrolet for 5th position. The Argentine is having a great run. On the long back straight, Huff gets a slipstream from Nash and dives inside his compatriot for 8th place, Thiago Montero's Honda, bumping them along. From pole number 6, it's win number 6 for Ivan Muller. Pepe Oriola taking 2nd in the end, his first race in a Chevy, ahead of Tom Chilton in 3rd. Tenth in qualifying sees Jose Maria Lopez start race 2 from the reverse pole position. But at a circuit where power is vital, the Chevys could catch him very quickly. Despite an excellent start then, the Argentine star's task is far from easy. He makes good his escape. But 5 laps in, Ivan Muller's already third. He's a bit too aggressive behind Tiago Monteiro, thumping the Portuguese off the track. That move from the championship leader will be punished by race control with a drive-through penalty. That will leave the group behind, chasing the Argentine. As Muller heads through the pits, Michelisz struggling to hang on to the Honda in front. As he runs wide, Oriola comes by. And it is still Jose Maria Lopez leading the race. Monteiro shows excellent pace in the Honda. Despite contact with Ivan Muller, he's recovering. 6th place he takes from James Nash. And there are battles all the way down the order. The squabble for 10th is fantastic. 6 cars running within a second. Unfortunately, it turns a little sour for Daryl O'Young. Almost predictably, he gets thumped from behind by Hugo Vallant and turned around. This time, not massive damage, but an amazing story for Jose Maria Lopez. Pachito makes history, winning his first World Touring Car race in his first race weekend. For the Vickers team and the Argentines fans, it's time to celebrate. Tom Chilton snatched pole from teammate Ivan Muller in Sonoma for the 2nd appearance of the World Touring Cars on American soil, and the Briton keeps the lead into the first uphill section. Teammate Muller and Tiago Monteiro battling for 2nd. Mehdi Benani will start race 2 from pole position. The Moroccan knows he must bring his car back in one piece in race 1 if he's to benefit, and it all nearly went so very badly wrong. Luckily, nobody hit him. Tom Chilton went out front and stayed out front, racing away to claim his maiden World Touring Car Championship win with Dad Graham in attendance. Honda's Tiago Monteiro was 2nd, Ivan Muller in 3rd.
I love the circuit. Sonoma is very much like a British circuit, and obviously I raced 10 years in the British touring cars, so for me the circuit was very easy to drive. And I just, as soon as I hopped in the Chevrolet, fantastic car, around Sonoma, I knew this was, I thought in the back of my head this could be my first win of the year, and I managed to do it.
Poleman Benani almost didn't go to the grid for race 2 because of power steering problems. He lost his concentration, got away okay, but the Moroccan would be passed by Gabriele Tarquini into turn 2 at the top of the hill. Benani defending hard against Huff, and Ivan Muller trying to take 6th position away from Tiago Monteiro. Gets a good run and cuts back to the inside in the double right-hander at the end of the track. Tough luck though for Rob Huff in 3rd place. His race comes to a premature end with a puncture. The all-Inkle Seat driver has no option but to head for the pits. Once again, Ivan Muller shows a pace that few can match. James Nash has 4th, but not for long. And Nash seems to be struggling a little. On the same lap, he loses 5th position to Tiago Monteiro around the inside at Gilligan's Island. And it's not over either. The Bamboo Engineering driver has got Tom Coronel right behind him. The Dutchman on the inside. He slips through. Nash is down to 7th. Muller isn't used to being off the podium. Norbert Michelisz has the final podium spot in 3rd behind Benani. But the Hungarian kind of wants to hang on to it. Muller tries inside and outside, but to no avail. Gabriele Tarquini claims his second win of the season. Bernani in second, Michelisz in third, and the points that Gabriele and Thiago earn secure Honda the manufacturer's title with 3 events left in the season. The World Touring Car Championship arrives in Asia for the traditional 3-part finale. The first port of call, Suzuka, Japan, and at Honda's home track, it's Norbert Michelisz, whose Civic is on pole position and who leads out of turn 1. Thiago Montero's excellent start from 5th to 3rd place goes to waste with this mistake at the top of the hill. Lap 4, Pepe Oriola piling the pressure on Gabriele Tarquini into the first turn with contact from behind, but the wily Italian fox gets the door closed. And in the end, it's James Nash who finds the wriggle room to at least get by Oriola. Montero nearly managed the feat as well. Classic touring car action. 18 laps in, Montero and Oriola neck and neck, battling for 7th. Neck and neck and wheel to wheel. It can't end happily, and it doesn't. Thiago in the tyre stack. Oriola heading to the pits for a drive-through penalty. For the Honda team, not a good day. A lap later, Tarquini is forced to retire with a puncture. Punished with a drive-through for thumping Montero, Oriola decides he's had quite enough of that and he'll abandon ship. 24 laps in, Rob Huff battles with Tom Coronel into turn 1, goes around the outside for 8th place. With racing all over at the sharp end, Honda wins in Suzuka courtesy of Norbert Michelisz. Alex McDowell second, Ivan Muller takes 3rd. And as Norby wins for Honda, Ivan has earned enough points to guarantee himself the 2013 world title. The time for celebration doesn't last long for Muller. He doesn't complete even a single lap in his first race as a 4-time world champion, fired into the barriers after contact with Michelisz. All Hondas are back on track. Michelisz survived that blow, but Muller did not. Norby came in for a tyre, leaving just the Castrol Honda cars to battle on. Thiago showing better pace than Gabriele, and it seems it's time for team orders. The Italian surrenders 3rd to his teammate. Charles Eng having a great time in the Engsler BMW here in Suzuka, passed by Rob Huff for 7th place, but his pace is as good as that of the world champion. He's battling with the Seat and the Chevrolets, well inside the top 10, giving a good account of himself as well. Tom Coronel has a history of winning races in Suzuka. Mehdi Bernani leading yet again in 2013, but Coronel knows this track like the back of his hand and takes away the lead. Another tough break for Bernani, but another win. Race number 2 of the season for Coronel. Thiago Montero 3rd, even though he slows at the line, seeming to want to give the place back to Gabriele Tarquini. And on the last lap, Charles Eng repasses Rob Huff for 7th. But Coronel scores another win in his second home. With 149 points advantage, Ivan Muller is champion, but the battle for the other places at the top of the order remain open, with Tarquini, Chilton and Nash in the hunt. There's rain in Shanghai for round 21 of the FIA World Touring Car Championship. Ivan Muller leads the pack into the first corner ahead of teammate Tom Chilton. He is on slicks, but on wet weather tyres, Pepe Oriola is lightning fast at the beginning of the race. He grabs the lead, but the rain has stopped already, and the very wet track is starting to dry. It's not going to be an easy race. 4 laps later, Muller repasses Oriola to grab the lead. The balance has just begun to change. It's no longer a wet tyre track, it's now a slick tyre track, as Chilton proves right away. The second RML Chevy even goes offline on the inside and still gets by Oriola, whose wet weather tyres are overheating horribly. Shanghai is a racetrack that Tom Boardman seems to like. After a little bump, he takes 10th away from Tiago Monteiro. Last lap of the race, Ivan Muller versus Tom Chilton. Muller with the advantage into the final corner, but Chilton runs wide. There's a breath of a touch, and victory goes to Tom Chilton by just 10,000ths of a second. James Nash and Alex McDowell with Pepe Oriola making it a Chevrolet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With 2 wins in 6 races, Chilton's closing on Tarquini for runner-up spot in the championship. At the start of race 2, Tiago Monteiro takes the lead ahead of fellow Honda drivers Gabriele Tarquini and Norbert Michelisz, despite the best efforts of Rob Huff to upset the apple cart. Mid-pack though, this contact between Coronel and Rickard Rydell in the Nika Engineering Chevrolet, the Swede ending up in a spin. 5 laps in, Stefano D'Aste takes 10th away from BMW rival Darrell O'Young. In front of them, another BMW of Freddie Bart. Ivan Muller goes around the outside of the now red Bamboo Engineering Chevrolet. James Nash losing 5th position. Muller using all of his racecraft to great effect. The battle for 9th, well, it doesn't end well. Contact between Freddie Bart and Darrell O'Young seems both of them end up in the barriers at turn 14. Plenty more taking evading action. And finally, on a racetrack which wasn't supposed to favour the Hondas, the race ends with Monteiro, Tarquini and Michelisz sweeping the podium ahead of Rob Huff. It's a first win for Honda, for Tiago Monteiro.
A parte mais importante é
The most important part is always the start. You try to avoid trouble to keep the car in front, obviously. And then during the race you're so focused you don't really have time to think about what it is that you're doing. At the end, on the last long straight in Shanghai before the final corners, that was probably the most intense moment when I started to realise that the win was really there. All the pressure, all the adrenaline just went away. The feeling really enjoyable.
A adrenalina, toda aquela tensão é evacuada e é uma sensação muito forte mesmo, é muito agradável.
Every year the World Touring Car Championship takes its finale to the streets of Macau. After setting his 8th pole position of the year, Ivan Muller led the pack into the first corner. Tom Chilton's chances of finishing as championship runner-up took a blow from Pepe Oriola on lap 2. Plenty of work for the RML team to do. Macau's walls are famously unforgiving. Oriola too had a close encounter with the wall, but he managed to get away without too much damage. Mandarin is the fastest corner in the championship. If you lose it here, it can get very dangerous. Debuting Konstantin Schalko was very lucky. Win number 7 for Ivan Muller. He's dominated the championship as no one ever has before. The final race of the year gets away nicely. Tom Coronel and James Thompson on the front row of the grid, and it's all going well until turn 1. It's carnage. Norbert Michelisz out of control after contact, broke his front suspension, cannoned off the barriers. Mehdi Banani, Tom Boardman, Stefano Dasti, Daryl O'Young, Konstantin Schalko, Ugo Vallant, Mikhail Kozlowski and Alex McDowell, all victims. At the restart, with Tom Coronel in front, Rob Huff taking 5th place from Alex McDowell on the inside at Lisboa. Ivan Muller in a side-by-side battle with Thiago Monteiro finds himself in the tyre wall. But the Frenchman survives. Same fate for his teammate Tom Chilton, but not the same fortune. His car grinds to a halt out on the circuit, and despite waved yellows, Macau driver Yuriko de Jesus wrecks his car on the back of the Chevy. The safety car is scrambled, the leaders arrive in the danger zone. They make it safely through as marshals are already trying to clear the wreckage. But the cars behind don't slow down enough. This unbelievable pile-up is the consequence. Charles Eng, Henry Ho, Felipe Sousa are all out on the spot. And it's not over. Joe Mercedes crashes into Sun. Tarquini, warned on the radio, just manages to stop. At the restart, James Nash passes James Thompson's Lada for 3rd place under braking for Lisboa. And later in the lap, Pepe Oriola strikes again, punting Thompson into the barriers. Lap 9, breathtaking stuff at Mandarin, foot to the boards. Huff drafts past Coronel for the lead. James Nash is right with them. Contact, Huff holds on, Coronel slots into 2nd. But a lap later, it's Oriola who comes calling. He drives straight around the outside into Mandarin. Incredibly, the final win of the season goes to Rob Huff. He's handed over his world crown to Ivan Muller, but he claims a 6th Macau victory before starting a new chapter with Lada for 2014. James Nash in 4th place seals the Yokohama Independence Trophy as Huffy signs off with all Inkel and Seat on a high. So the championship sees Muller on top, Tarquini 2nd, James Nash 3rd with the Yokohama Trophy Championship title, and Chilton dropping to 5th after Macau drama. Really, it's been a huge pleasure to be able to build this program at RML, to take the lead of the championship at the beginning of the season, and then especially to be able to keep it till the end, because we're really afraid that the factory teams who are really capable of improving and developing, that they'd come back to us. And finally, despite all our problems, we managed to improve, we managed to progress, and that's just priceless. Ivan Muller, 4 times World Touring Car Champion. Well, next year, another Frenchman will join the World Touring Car Championship. We know that he's already studying hard. How fast he learns, we'll find out next year.
So, Sébastien, next year, new championship. There are many things you need to know. Lesson of the day, how to succeed in WTCC. Are you ready for that?
Yes, for sure, I'm ready.
Good. Geography. We will race on circuit everywhere. North America, South America, Europe, Asia, and Africa. Have a look.
It's nice, but I don't see any trees on the side. Where are the rocks, cliffs, mud and snow? Where is the danger?
Okay, next. History. Know your rivals.
All these guys, you think they know about me?
I'm sure they will. Next, physical education. Because we cannot touch, we have to touch without touching.
So I can just push everybody off the track and win the race?
No.
You lost me. So can I touch or not?
You can touch, but without touching. Philosophy. Question. World champion. Dream or reality? So next year will be 6 world titles. TARQUINI 1, F1 and me 4.
No, 15. I have 9 world titles. So 9 plus 6 is 15.
I forgot it, sorry. I have to go. I leave you this. Watch it and learn it.
They're not going to catch him now. It is going to be World Touring Car victory #1 for Sébastien Loeb.